How's married life? Are you ready to have a baby? Baby, baby. How about that baby? Ooh. I'm not getting any younger.
When you are ready. With the only neonatal intensive care unit in the Great Lakes Bay region, Covenant is the safest place for your delivery. Go to mycovenantbaby.com.
Good evening and welcome to our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show here on BCTV. Tonight you are looking at Jeff Hans. I'm going solo Doan as Mike Wisdala is a little under the weather tonight. But we're going to be able to bring you an exciting match tonight. Bay City Central and Bay City Western, crosstown rivals going at each other in boys lacrosse. As the programs here are still trying to build themselves up into the elite. And the numbers game in itself, Bay City Central is only going to have 11 healthy players tonight. And Western looks to have about 21. So just by sheer numbers, we're going to have to find out quickly in this game how Bay City Central might be able to settle down in the offensive zone and get themselves a little blow from time to time to be able to maintain the activity level that they'll need to stay in this game with the Western Warriors. Western 0-3 on the season. Bay City Central 0-1 on the season. Both teams very hungry for that first victory. Who will get that first win tonight? We'll find out in just a moment. Back with all the action in just a moment here on BCTV.
Where did this rash come from?
Hold on, let me see. Could be bed bugs.
Oh. Mom, Grant says I have bed bugs.
Let's see what the doctor says.
Introducing Covenant Virtual Care. Real-time video doctor visits, e-prescriptions, and follow-up. Now extraordinary care comes to you.
See, it's just poison ivy. Smart advanced.
Learn more at covenantvirtualcare.com.
And welcome back. Moments away from the start of our lacrosse match tonight between the Bay City Central Wolves in the home white and the Western Warriors in their dark visiting uniforms. Ready to start the activities here, and they will start on the X in the middle of the field. And it won't take long before we're going to be at the action. The Western Warriors with a great run into the offensive zone. Ball behind the goal, and that is still in play as long as it stays inside the back line. 12-minute quarters, 4 of them. As Western now will try and set up on the offense as they'll run through to the middle. Nice save that time by number 40 for Central, Scott Rembish. As there is a whistle behind. And we are going to have Western maintaining possession. As they're going to try and attack, they slide the ball back and forth as they wait to find that cutting person to the goal. As they look to move the ball around, good rotation. They knock that ball down. Rembish with another nice save for Bay City Central. Fight now for that ball in the corner. It's a little bit of a physical game. And back to the Western Warriors with possession. Trying to move that ball around the offensive box. As the Central defense has been very stingy. As they get that ball into the middle. And the goal is scored. And I am looking down there right now. It looks like Nicholas Morse. Back to the middle once again they go. Lined up on both sides are the centermen that as soon as the okay is given for the start of play, they will get things rolling. 10:41 left in our first of 4 periods. As the clock is rolling again, Western back where they have spent a good portion of this first minute and a half of the game has all been on their offensive end. As there's a whole lot of verbiage going on down underneath right now to make sure that the defense is aware that there's a cutter going through the middle for Central. Trying to get things in the middle. Very nice defense that time, J.C. Holiday. He's been around for 4 years here with this program. And one of the people that have been able to stay healthy. West Central has been kind of beset by some injuries. As that ball goes out of bounds. And that will go back over to Bay City Central. Potentially our first opportunity to watch Central see if they could get things going into their offensive end. It's just a loose ball down on the field right now. And we'll scrum to see who can come up with it. And here come the Western Warriors. As they had 4-on-2 numbers, they're going to back things out, and they are going to reset up their offense. Coming in right now for Western, Zach Simmer, number 8. As you can substitute on the fly. And a goal for the Western Warriors. Jacob Sains making it 2-0. As they have had some success shooting at Rembish for Bay City Central. .908 left in our first quarter of play. And the official gives us the signal that both teams are set. They'll make certain that neither one of these individuals get an advantage. As there was a holding call on the Western Warriors, Bay City Central will start the offensive end, and they will take a timeout. We'll be back in just a moment here on BCTV.
AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested service. We provide many types of transportation services, from non-emergency medical, wheelchair accessible, school transport services, and shuttle services. Our company strives to provide exceptional service to our customers. Our services are tailored to each person or company's specific needs. For the last 10 years, we have pushed the mark higher and higher to give the best service possible. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine.
Welcome back on BCTV. Jeff Doan along with you. Jared and Natalie Doan on the cameras. Nick Page tonight missing the 5th piece in our normal puzzle. Mike Wasdala home ill, so we hope he's feeling better right now. But Central Western, always good to see crosstown rival of any type as they try and work the offense. Bay City Central is going to show great patience on offense right now and try and work to the middle. Ball is stolen quickly down the field into the offensive box. Ball down on the ground. Fighting for that loose one. And it's picked up by the goalie. And as long as that goalie they wanted to crease interference, it was very close. Bay City Central is going to be able to get that away from harm's way, but now coming back the other direction, missing the net, was Brendan Jamie. And that will go over to Western. When that ball goes out the end line, it goes to the team closest to that end line. There's a nice shot that time by Michael Feinauer. Feinauer, the captain of the Western Lacrosse team, and Rembish with a great job with that save. We have got a penalty on Black. It's a 1-minute penalty. So they'll be one person short. as they get that into the middle. Central doing a very nice job of collapsing that time as that puck is pushed out of play, and it will go over to the Western Warriors. Back into the offensive box they go. 7:10 left in the first period. That is out of play. Closest to it was Rocco Jamie. So now they pick up another inline and a beautiful play to the middle. Number 44, Logan Kraus with the goal. And it is 3-0, the Western Warriors. 5 minutes played in this first of 4 quarters. 7 minutes left in our first. Both teams trying to substitute to stay fresh, but Bay City Central's numbers are limited on the sideline as they've only got one substitute healthy on the bench. As they work to get the loose ball, looks like Bay City Central is going to be able to pick it up. Now get that thing back into the offensive zone. Very nice job of fending off the defender. As you got to watch that stick work going on right now. I'll tell you, these are tough kids. I was going to say tough gentlemen, but there's a nice young lady that is playing also for the Bay City Central team. That's Alyssa Brewster. She is number 7, and she is on the offensive end. So they got a flag out. Slash will be called against Bay City Central's 43, Dylan Jones. He's going to come out for a minute. As I'll tell you what, without major shin guards, that is pain to the shins for 1 minute. And we are going to potentially have another penalty. J.C. Holiday with a 2-minute cross check. Pretty tough call, just in there trying to defend the center. There was a slight collision. Back into the offensive box. Western Warriors. Boy, just too easy getting that thing into the middle. And scoring the goal is number 11, Graham Bailey. Graham Bailey is the other team captain. And very well set up by Bay City Central. Or by Bay City Western, excuse me, as Bay City Central was down 2. After the goal, both are released from the penalty box. Seem to be some parents out there that tried to become experts on who can be released and who can't be. As we have got trying to get that loose ball. And here we go with the Western 4-on-3 again as they come into the offensive zone. The shot by number 3, Brendan Jamie, scores high over the shoulder of Scott Rembish. It's 5-0 with 5:37 left in our first quarter of play. This is all Western, and you know, now what you do is you get down near the end of those quarters, and the Central team with only one substitute really has to work on their conditioning because they are playing virtually every minute, and I don't care what kind of shape you're in, that is extremely tough. Mike O'Shea, the head coach of the Bay City Central Wolves, and Derek Hugo, the head man for the Bay City Western Warriors. They want that thing perfectly positioned. Sticks are perfectly set. Vertical with the line. Fighting down on the ground for that. It will be picked up. Bay City Central is going to have an opportunity to get that thing into the offensive zone. Western takes it away, and here they come 3-on-3 again. Now they're going to come into the offensive zone and set things up. So offensively, you are looking at 6 on the offensive end and 4 on the back end, so 10 playing at one time. Western with a nice rotation. As the shot is attempted from number 11, Graham Bailey, just a little bit wide. And it's going to go back over to Bay City Central. Trying to keep that ball. A little loose ball push on White, according to the official. And that will send it back over to the Western Warriors. Again, Western trying to show patience and setting it up as they'll start sending cutters to the net. As they go to the middle right now. Nice job on the bottom. So they are going to have a push by Michael Feinauer. And that will go back over to Bay City Central with an opportunity now to get it into the over the center line into the offensive zone. As they try and set things up offensively, a nice job of picking up the loose change on the ground. That is number 16, Dawson Richard. As Western maintains control. As they will go back offensively. Putting their 6th man back on the offensive set. Coming onto the field right now is Jacob Saints. Another nice block that time by Rembish. He's been busy in this first period. Trying to send that thing to the middle of the field. Again, picked up by the Western Warriors. As they come into the offensive zone, Rembish with another nice save. And when Rembish is inside that circle, he's in the hallowed ground, and the defense cannot come after him. The offense cannot come after him. He's got free reign. As now there's so they're going to have a loose ball push by Central, giving the ball back to the Western Warriors. Trying to settle things in. Rembish with another save. Trying to flip that ball back out. As they'll settle things back in. Brendan Jamie. Deep on the wing, sends it back up top for number 11, Graham Bailey. Bailey trying to penetrate. Sends that thing off on the wing to number 5, Jacob Saints. Nice defense that time by Bay City Central. Dylan Jones. Trying to break that up along with his teammate number 30, Cody Huggard. Both working hard defensively for the Central Lacrosse team. Into the middle again. Another nice save, and an errant shot goes over the back line and will come back over to the Western Warriors, being closest to that end line. A very nice pass on the inside. Rebish with another big-time save. Rocco Jamie stoned at the doorstep. Nice job defensively as they just tipped that ball away as it was heading towards the net. And that errant shot goes up. And Jaime is the last name, not Jamie on that. Western Warrior duo. So Rocco and Brendan, I'll get her right here. Trying to come down, and a little minor collision here. Trying to be aggressive coming down the field. On the scrum. Trying to come up with that loose ball. Boy, look at the Western Warriors. They not only gained possession, but they came flying out of the zone. Errant pass a little bit behind the intended recipient, which was going to be number 12 on the play, Dylan Jaime. So there's 3 Jaimes out there on the field right now for Western, so it's a family affair. As now settling in offensively. And this is where Bay City Central might just take a little bit of time off the clock here as we're down to the last 13 seconds of that first period. Trying to get one good shot on goal. And it is stopped by number 66, Jordan Smith. And that's the end of our first period of play, and our score, Western 5, Central nothing. Back in a moment for the second period on BCTV.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose Auto Owners Insurance for his new car. In 1947, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson in 1979. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Plum Harris Insurance Agency in Bay City is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan here giving you a little taste of lacrosse. Bay City school style as the Central and Western rivalry is renewed. Switching ins to start this second of 4 periods as the Western Warriors come down and will get into the offensive zone, and they'll set things up. Again, the 12-minute quarters. 5-0 Western on top after 1. As they'll move that ball around and try and spread the Central defense out a little bit, look for a cutter to the net and see about getting a high-quality shot. It was a very nice attempt, just a little bit over Brendan Jaime's stick. Jaime in the middle can't get it. He's ready to pick it back up. There's a whole lot of white around it. Knocked back out as Michael Feinauer will pick it up. Feinauer looking for some room to roam. He's going to go into the corner where he'll at least find a little bit of respite room. Flanked by number 5, Jacob Saints. And something off of the edge of the net. That shot is a little bit wide. Graham Bailey with that attempt for Western. Bailey steals the pass. And that ball goes out of bounds on the end line. And it looks like it'll go back over to Bay City Central. As it was sent Alyssa Brewster in the scrum for that. Now back over to the Western Warriors. Look at the moves coming down in between defenders now with an odd man rush, 4-on-3. Back to the middle, and it is going out of bounds, and that'll go over on the side to the Bay City Central Wolves. Into the offensive zone. Johnny Schaefer. Johnny's out there directing a little bit of traffic right now. Number 8 on the wing right now is Bryce Rule for Bay City Central. Bryce almost has his pocket picked. He's going to bring that thing back outside. Sending it across for number 14. That's Austin Snyder. Austin Snyder looking for somebody down the middle, but Alyssa Brewster wasn't open, so they'll reset that. Trying to go into the corner as the attempt was sent to Dylan Jones, and it'll go back over to Western. Western trying to bring it out of their defensive end right now, as they have a nice forward pass into the offensive box. That offensive zone, J.C. Holiday with a nice physical move. Central picks up possession. Nice spin move by Dylan Jones right now. Up into the offensive zone comes Bay City Central. So we're going to have a penalty. So for that 1 minute, Bay City Central will have an opportunity. Looks like we've got a time out of the field. We'll take a break and be back in 1 moment here on Bay County TV.
Ow, ow, ouch! My hip, my knee, my joints feel out of whack. Ow, ow, oh my! The pain, I can't take it anymore.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan, along with Jared and Natalie Doan on the camera work. Nick Page directing and producing. Bay City Central will have an opportunity to get into their offensive zone. See if they can get a quality shot on net here and try and dent into this 5-0 Western lead. There we go. J.C. Holiday now rotates to that side. Nice job that time by the Western goalie, Jordan Smith. And a nice outlet pass. They have got 4-on-3 numbers coming into the offensive zone. Trying to scoop that thing up, and it's scored by number 7, Michael Feinauer, co-captain of the team. It was a loose ball. Nope, they did not give him a goal on that. Is now into the offensive zone. The City Central with their 6 offensive players. There's only 10 seconds left on the Western penalty. And Western able to stop another Central advancement. Out of the box comes number 23, Andrew Naird. And staying inbounds with the ball now attacking. Nice job that time by Rembish, the junior. Gets that over the center line. Trying to come into the offensive zone. right into the Western wicket. Graham Bailey coming down. Shooting is Rocco Jaime. And that will be out of bounds. And it will be back over to Western. Six and a half minutes left in our second period. Still 5-0. Western on top of Bay City Central. Again, 10 players on the field at one time. Central only has 11 healthy bodies today, as they've got a concussion protocol on a couple and they've got a leg injury on another. And we are going to have an out of bounds on the in line. Back over to the Western Warriors. Nice job again that time by a very active Scott Rembish. Rembish able to scoop it up. Heads around the back of the circle. And Bay City Central much happier to be playing today on their home field in the sunshine. A couple of days ago, they had an opportunity to play with snow on the ground. It was ugly and it was wicked, and they were not able to come away with a victory. And again, Western's only had one. We're going to have time out on the field. Bay City Central will take a break and be back in just a moment.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. We've got 25 employees who depended on it, and that's all that mattered to me. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. Incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance.
Plum Harris Insurance Agency in Bay City is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Back on Bay County TV, Jeff Hans, I'm going solo Doan. No Mike Wasdala tonight. He's home fighting off the illness. Jared Natalie Doan, camera work, Nick Page producing and directing tonight. All part of our great Bay County TV family, bringing you lacrosse as the Central defense does a nice job of stopping another Western rush. As Western looks to reset up their offense. As Logan Krause brings it out, they settle it behind the net.
Work it around! Work it around!
Great move right in the middle, perfectly positioned. The goal by number 44, Logan Krause. It's 6-0. Western on top. Very well set up that time by Western.
JC, get out of the way! Come up with your long pole. Play wing. Play wing on the long pole. Learn your long stick.
And the difference between offense, defense, and midfielders, obviously the length of the stick are one of those factors. Looks like they're going to place that ball down, and they want to make certain that both of these people are not going to try and gain an advantage on the other. Oh my, number 20 turns around. Rayford Ralph, and the senior says, wow, I didn't think I was holding. The officials seem to find out differently.
Austin, help him out!
As the Central Wolves move that ball deep on the wing, they'll come back to the middle. That is number 18 up top, John Jaffer. J.C. Holiday. As they're trying to get that ball into the middle. Great defense by Western, preventing that from happening.
I got 2-0 black slash 1 minute.
So we're going to have a slash, and that is going to give Bay City Central another opportunity offensively. Central hoping to get a good quality scoring chance as they'll get their hands back on the ball. AC Holiday sends that thing back up top. Johnny Chaffer. Central trying to move it around right now. Looking for a long distance shot and a score for number 8, Bryce Rule. That was a 40-footer through defenders. Just seemed to find the back of the net. Bay City Central gets on the board. 4:07 left in our first half of play. 6-1 Western over Bay City Central. As we look down at the crowd right now for a moment, we look at Old Glory over there, and that wind coming out of the northeast off of the bay. In the sunshine, it's a little bit better than it is in the shade, as the sunshine is a little bit warming, and at Bay City Central, the advantage of having those cemented bleachers keep the wind from whistling up underneath them makes it a little bit more enjoyable to watch it. The Central faithful here on the near side of the field are all in the shade right now, as the Western Warriors are coming down under the offense. And a nice job by the Bay City Central Wolf defense. Scotty Rembish with another save for Bay City Central. Western back on the offense. Rocco Jaime, the sophomore, cuts to the middle. As Western again just trying to rotate. And I think they're going to have a goal. And they're going to give the goal. I believe that goal is going to be Michael Feinauer's. As they'll go back to the center X. 7-1 with 3:25 left in our first half of play. Down with those sticks, perpendicular to the line. No advantage. Ball carefully placed. As the clock starts, Bay City Central trying to get that thing into the offensive zone with some control as they fight for that ball down on the ground and trying to find an angle. Jaime with a pass to Jaime. Brendan to Rocco. Number 9, Jacob Berry. Berry comes back, picks it up. Two and a half left in our second period. Nice job by Western maintaining offensive possession. So they do that, they send it back around. Trying to get that thing in the middle. And closest to the back line, Michael Feinauer. So it will go back over to Western. 2:10 left in our first half. Trying to spin, and size, it's speed, it's agility, it's all wrapped into one here in this lacrosse game. Plus, you got to be a little tough to be able to maintain the stick work that is part of the game. As Jacob Saints. Loose ball push on White. Is that great speaker system that we have got. The microphone picks it all up and lets us know exactly what's going on down there. A rock and a half left in our first half of play. Rocco Jaime sends that thing back down around the corner. Tough angle, and I'll tell you what, great job that time by the junior, Scott Rembish. Trying to get into the offensive zone. Good job that time by Central's defense. Number 34 for Bay City Central, Jeremy Jacobs, to at least knock that thing away. Back into the offensive set, Dylan Jones trying to get that thing into the offensive zone. Here come numbers again, 5-on-3. Rocco Jaime. He's getting a little bit physical out there. JC! As we'll wait for this to be sorted out. Actually, two potential infractions on the same play. As they sort them all out. Central with two players in the box. J.C. Holiday and also number 34, Jeremy Jacobs. In the hole for Western is number 3, Brendan Jaime. Brief stoppage in play right now. Head coach for Bay City Central, Michael O'Shea, just wanting a little clarification on what happened. Central will obviously play one short with only 9 healthy and available right now with 2 in the box. Trying to roll through and just losing the ball as he was heading in for what looked like a nice scoring opportunity, and that's Bailey as he gets it back and makes amends. With 16 ticks left in our first half, it's 8-1 Western over Bay City Central. As they're trying to get clarification right now to see if J.C. Holiday can get out as well. As with just 16 ticks left in our first half, just a skosh away from halftime.
Down the box, Tommy.
Central trying to align themselves defensively. As you can hear the wind into the microphone starting to whistle a little bit here at Central. As we approach the last 10 seconds of our first half, can Western get one last offensive rush with 6 ticks left? Errant pass, but they're going to have an opportunity to make it go here with 6 seconds left. And that's halftime. It's 8-1, Western over Central. Back in a moment with the Plum Harris Insurance sponsored halftime show right after this on BCTV.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
No, sorry. Yeah. Ben, please.
Wow, you can talk to your app? That's pretty cool.
Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
No, I'm fine, thanks.
it's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great. Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Plum Harris Insurance Agency in Bay City is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Back with the Plum Harris Insurance sponsored halftime show here on BCTV. Jeff Doan along with you. It was the first half that the Western Warriors, by sheer numbers, find themselves up by 7 as they go into the half. Bay City Central with only 11 healthy players having trouble keeping the wind, especially late in the quarter. And they ran out of gas, and with 11 people, they're going to make it happen. They're going to do what they can do to keep it in. Both teams looking for that first victory on the season. We'll find out which team can do it as the second half will be back right after this on Bay County TV.
You don't think it'll happen to you, and you surely don't think it'll happen twice. I've lost 2 homes in my lifetime. First, it was a fire. My agent was right there and helped me rebuild. Then the tornado hit and destroyed everything again. Both times, my independent agent and auto owners took care of me like someone takes care of family.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance.
Plum Harris Insurance Agency in Bay City is your local independent auto owners insurance agency. Stop by our office at 706 South Euclid or give us a call to see how we can help with your home, life, auto, and business insurance needs.
All right, back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan along with you as we get ready for the start of the second half. And the Bay Area Community Foundation has come up with a very generous $9,500 donation to try and further encourage the involvement of Bay Area lacrosse as they try and expand to all the schools in Bay County. And they've got a 12U, a 14U, and a high school team that will be doing tournaments all over the state all summer long. So certainly, if you have interest, there is flyers in every school, including the intermediate schools, trying to drum up interest. The feeder program is essential for the success of the future of Bay County lacrosse. And also, if you are interested in officiating, as Mr. Jeff Zaluka is out there right now. And he is this year decided to jump on board as he backpedals out of the way. He is only doing his 3rd match right now, but doing an extremely good job. And he's proficient in football and basketball. He does volleyball. He said, hey, you know, there might be 5 minutes left in the season that I'm not busy right now. Let's try it out. As there goes the shot, it's a score from number 15, Tyler Majewski. And it is now 9-1, as they've got an 8-goal lead, inching closer to that 10-goal differential. Well, we'll have a running clock here into that second half. That only took 17 ticks out of our clock. Again, we're on the chilly side of the Central Zelma Ringel Stadium. Voted Michigan's best. It's a thing of beauty as they now back things out. And we are going to have an infraction against Central. Western brings it into the offensive set, up by 8 goals. They'll send that ball back to the middle. Graham Bailey sends that to number 15, Tyler Rajewski. Rajewski lost it momentarily. Fight for it on the ground. This was a tad bit of a collision out there. And Western will retain possession. As Bay City Western from behind tries to set things up, an errant pass. And it is off the back end, and they are going to give that ball to Central. So Rocco Jaime trying to play a little defense back there with Jacob Berry. As they send that thing down and out. How about Alyssa Brewster mixing it up there in the middle? Western, though, comes back in the offensive set. And a goal scored by the Western Warriors. Rocco Jaime, the sophomore, perfectly positioned. Just waits for the goalie to make a move, and once that move was made by Scotty Rembish, had a lot of open net, and it is 10-1 with 10:19 left in our third of 4 periods. Central did get on the board midway through the second, as Coach Derek Hugo making a few substitutions. Boy, the patience you got to have while you sit and wait. So they're going to give that ball to Western, as there was some type of an infraction against Central. Western looking for that 10-goal differential. As that is picked up by Jacob Berry. And passing that around to number 12, Dylan Jaime. Moving around, they do find it down on the ground. Fighting for the loose change is number 44, Logan Krause. Western's going to reset things. As they take their time, looking to find that cutter. And they'll reset. Graham Bailey. As that is a perfectly placed shot off of the far post. And into the goal, number 9, Jacob Berry, the junior. And it is 11-1 right now with 9:06 left in our third period of play. Going to move some folks around. As they'll line up for the faceoff. As they do release this to the open side of the field. As the ball will go out of bounds and go back over to Bay City Central. 8:55 left in our third. As Bay City Central trying to set things up offensively, John Chaffer gets a little bit of a pick. Oh, he says, I'm going to just send that thing off. The defense for Western is phenomenal. Trying to come back down the field is number 11, Graham Bailey. Graham gets it into the offensive set. Here comes number 12, Dylan Jaime. And he gets it past to number 5, Jacob Saints. He scores. 12-1. Western from some pretty tough angles, able to hit the back of the net. As frequent substitutions, Zach Simmer coming out. Also number 25, Ben Shepard. Again, 8 and 10 left in our third. It's 12-1 Western over Central. Western in the visiting black, Central in the home white. And they're going to give the ball to Bay City Central. Central taking their time offensively. Nice little skip pass. As it goes out of bounds. And they're going to give it back to the Western Warriors. As they try and move it down the field, number 88, also Dalton Stam just into the game. As it's going back to Central. As we approach the 7-minute mark of our third period. John Chaffer. Chaffer's going to get the ball back. Chaffer trying to come down to pass that thing off to number 29, Tyler Herber. Also Tommy Schwind, the other freshman on this club. As they have a wonderful pass. And the goal scored. Feinauer with another one. Right there as well was Brady Clemens, the junior. So 13-1. As this third period's not even half over. Western is making their presence felt in the offensive end. As it's down on the ground right now. Central defensively trying to keep Western away from that offensive zone. Major scrum as it comes to the outside. Great leverage that time by number 34, Jeremy Jacobs, number 43 on the play, Dylan Jones. Western then will go back on the offense. Brendan Jaime, the senior, back in the middle. And we are going to potentially have a cross check. And that is going to go against number 34, Jeremy Jacobs. Back in the offensive set. Is that goal? He can pick it up and stay in the circle and be safe and protected. And we're going to have a timeout on the field. Central will take a break and be back in just a minute here on Bay County TV.
You treat your family with extraordinary care every day, which is why when it comes to their health, more of you choose Covenant Healthcare. We specialize in extraordinary care, from diagnosis to recovery, from babies to grandparents. Learn more about our extraordinary bariatrics program. Sign up for our free seminar.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan along with you, Jared and Natalie Doan trying to stay warm, doing the camera work. Nick Page producing and directing. As you look at the residential area surrounding Bay City Central, it's the high rent district over there. That's the David Mary Spencerville over there off of Columbus. We're ready to go with the action. Central will get possession with 4:17 left in our third. Boy, getting triple teamed and losing the ball is John Chaffer. Here comes Western down as they try and gain possession. Folks down there just trying to take care of a little pent-up energy. A little physicality going on. Western back in the offensive set. As they will retain possession. Tyler Rajewski gets it behind the goal to Dylan Jaime. And looks like Rocco Jaime is going to come back out of the mix. And the goal by number 16, Dawson Richard, the senior. And there is another one. As we are now in a running clock situation at 14-1 with 2:50 and counting left in our third period of play. Big goal for Richard there, really fired up his teammates. We're glad to see him hit the back of the net. As we prepare for the face-off, we're down to 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third. As they're going to give that ball to the Western Warriors. Could have been a little minor slash on that face-off. Western Warriors slicing their way in. Another opportunity. And it is not going to be a goal. Are they going to say Rocco was in the circle? Rocco Jaime is not going to get credit for the goal. As they send that ball down, trying to fight for position. Good defense by Central. Sends it back out though for Cody Herber. 66, Jordan Smith was the goalie earlier. He's going to get a little action. And we have got a Western goal by number 7, Michael Feinauer. So I don't believe in the next 30 seconds they're going to be able to get this face-off done before the end of our third period. Find out as time permits. And they are going to get to the end of our third period of play at 15-1 Western over Central. Back in a moment for the final 12 right after this on BCTV.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
Ready to go with our fourth quarter of play here at Bay City Central. Central in the home white, Western in the away dark uniforms. We'll have a 12-minute running clock fourth quarter as it's 15-1 Western over Central. As they switch ends again, so Central will be going from right to left at Elmer Engel Football Stadium Field. And here comes Western into the offense. As the looking for possession. Number 66, Jordan Smith, who was the goalie earlier, is now getting a chance to change gears. Two defenders from Bay City Central knocked that down, but Western will regain possession again. Michael Feinauer. And that stays out of the net. As the new goaltender for Bay City Central is the freshman Tyler Herber. As Tyler Herber does a nice job. And they're going to move that thing back over the center line. What do we got? So offside for Bay City Western was number 24, Reed Zielinski. He'll kneel for 30 seconds. Clock continues to roll. See if Central can put another one on the board. John Chapper with a shot that was blocked in front. Nice looking attempt that time as they tried to come back across the green. to number 14, Austin Snyder, a senior. Snyder couldn't handle that pass. And back into the offense come the Western Warriors. As they race around trying to make things happen offensively. Big fella on the inside is bouncing around. And the shot just missed that time by Brady Clemens. So we're going to have a timeout on the field. Western will take a break with 8:40 left in our fourth quarter. Back in a moment on BCTV.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted, just whistle.
Touchdown, Champions.
Back on BCTV, Jeff Doan along with you today. Mike Wasdala under the weather, not being able to be with us. Jared and Natalie Doan running the cameras, and Nick Page directing and producing our show. 15-1 right now in a running clock, fourth quarter. Western over Central, boys lacrosse from Elmer Engel Football Stadium in Bay City. And we're looking for a number. And they're going to have a 1-minute penalty to Bay City Central's number 8, Bryce Rule. Western with possession, clock running. Western trying to set things up offensively again. As Cody Herber puts a shot up a little bit too high. As they tried to go to the middle. Down on the ground right now was number 7, Alyssa Brewster. I like the way she's mixing it up in there. Central with possession. A shot by number 66 on the play, Jordan Smith. Could not find the back of the net. Smith continues. He's used to having that big wicket for a goalie. And now he's just got the small one. Nice job that time by number 23, Andrew Naert, as he finds the back of the net. And the shot that he took was one that you normally see more on the artificial turf, where it'll scoot right along and get by the goalie. As the clock continues to roll as we approach 6 minutes left in our fourth quarter of play. 16-1. Western over Bay City Central, boys lacrosse. Wholesale substitutions going on again for Western. That's the beauty of having 21 on your roster. Central with only 11 fresh, healthy bodies on their team. 10 of them are on the field at once. They'll all sleep well tonight, that is for certain. .520 and counting left of the game. Here comes Western. Back on the offense. As they will come back down and they will have possession. As they set up in the offensive end. And they put another one off in the corner. And Western is going to get their hands back on the ball. As they tried to get that to Smith. He's just trying to take up space on the inside. They're looking to get him a goal. And the shot and goal. Scored by number 20, Rayford Ralph. As it is now 17-1. Western on top. Coach Derek Hugo able to utilize the entirety of his team with 21 players. Optimally, you like around 25 or 26 to really round out your squad. This is the smallest squad that he's had at Western in the number of years that he's been there. I believe that this is number 4 year for Derek. And, of course, Mike O'Shea, no stranger to Bay City, back from his days at Thomas Lincoln Handy, where he was an outstanding football player, offensive lineman, and a wrestler. And he was part of that mid-70s machine of football and wrestling at Thomas Lincoln Handy. And another goal scored that time, as that looked like that was number 21, Tyler Sanek, as he is the other tri-captain on the team. And Tyler's goal makes it 18-1 with just over 3 minutes left in this one. So they're going to move some bodies around right now and try and find that right combination. Dalton Stam comes out for a little more activity. As the clock continues to roll, with 2:45 left in our fourth, 18-1, Western over Central in boys lacrosse. Here comes Western once again. As Bay City Central is going to be penalized, as number 43, Dylan Jones, is going to come off the field. This game is going to get done just in time as the sun is setting behind us, and it's getting dusk out with 2 minutes left in our fourth quarter. As the freshman makes the save, Tyler Herbert. As they bring that ball back out to the middle, we're going to have an offsides. And that'll give the ball back to Central with a buck and a half left in the ball game. Trying to roll down right now. Bay City Central. John Chapper, who, like all the other Central players, has logged a ton of minutes in this one. As we're down to the last minute of our fourth quarter of play, Central with possession. Back up top. Rule has that ball taken away. Here go the Western Warriors into the offense. Again, 4-on-3 numbers. As Smith on the backside picks up the goal for Western. And with 33 ticks left, that's probably going to end it all, as he comes off an elated young man, Jordan Smith, camping on the doorstep, picking up the goal. I don't believe with 15 seconds left that we are even going to get another opportunity for a face-off. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and 0. That's all there is. There isn't any more. The final score, 19-1. Western over Bay City Central. We'll keep it right here and put the wraps on this one. Again, remember that the Lacrosse is trying to be alive and more well in Bay County, as they have got a 12U, a 14U, and a high school team going to be playing summer tournaments. They're over, I believe, twice a week at Adam Kolb in the back practicing. They've got a nice grant from the Bay Area Community Foundation to try and continue things. The only way we can increase the numbers with lacrosse is to keep getting young people involved. The customary handshake at the end is always a fun thing to see. It's been a pleasure being with you tonight, bringing you boys lacrosse. Western 19 and Bay City Central 1. We'll look forward to talking to you this weekend, weather permitting. It'll be the Bay County Girls Softball Tournament. Have a great night, everyone. We'll talk to you soon.